Hello, welcome to Monday, new week on the Rosen Car to do the JOB. My pick today was King Kong Bundy, purely based on the fact that I wanted somebody different to X-Pac from last week, you know, like a different style. Yeah, like he's never been somebody that I've kind of loved and enjoyed and sort of always wanted to look for, but always entertaining, I thought.
Yeah, unbelievable as well. Very believable.
It's hard not to be believable when you're fucking big as he is.
Yeah, he was fucking massive, wasn't he? Like, he really was big.
I think kind of misused later on a little bit. Like the Hogan thing, you know, was believable, you know, like a perfect spot for him. But elbow dropping midgets a year later.
Yeah. I don't know if he I don't know if he'd done something or something, and it was all well in the Hitman's book. He did actually say something about that. He says your main event in Hogan 1 year, and I'm sure I could be wrong, but I said like I read something more than once. I think that he'd maybe done something or pissed someone off, where he went from main event in 2 to fucking wrestling midgets at WrestleMania 3.
If you look at 1, 2, and 3. They put him over massive in like 9 seconds or something against SD Jones.
Yeah.
Then he's the main event, so like the perfect build for the year.
Yeah.
And then I mean WrestleMania 2, I think is pretty shit anyway.
It is a poor Mania. Out of the early ones, it's probably the worst one. 2 and I didn't really like 4 that much, but yeah, 2 is probably the weakest. I'd have thought maybe.
But to go from 1 and 2, where he's in prime position. You know, I know it's a totally different match, SD Jones to fucking Hogan, but it's still putting him over just as hard, isn't it? And then 3 is totally different ball game. And then when they brought him back later, he would have been an ideal sort of, when they brought him back, 94, 95-ish, whenever it was, business was down, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Like they were doing sort of school gym kind of shows. And he was a prime, you know, perfect fucking main event material, I think. But it just didn't seem to get off the ground. You know, the match with the Taker at Mania, and it, you know, is a great spot for him. But it was before the Undertaker was at the position that he became years later. You know, it was just kind of mismanaged, I think, a bit. He was born Christopher Allen Palises, Pallises, however you say that, I don't know. November the 7th, 1955. Died in March 19, so he was 63 when he died. Trained by Larry Sharp, another one that's fucking trained a million people, isn't he? Wrestled 81 to 07, so a good stretch. Yeah. Excuse me. He actually debuted in the WWF, just like doing job matches.
Oh, did he?
Quite a place to start, isn't it?
Yeah.
It was called Chris Canyon.
Yeah.
Not who better than Canyon, Chris Canyon, but yeah, March the 7th, 1981. And then went straight from there to World Class, where he's a good bit of fucking, I didn't know this. He was called Big Daddy Bundy, named after the UK Shirley Crabtree.
All right.
Managed by Gary Hart. And then when Gary Hart managed him, they changed him to King Kong Bundy. He was Fritz's opponent in Fritz's retirement match. So that's quite a big fucking position to be in World Class, isn't it? Fucking Fritz's opponent.
Especially like a year in.
Yeah. It's big shit, that. And then he did the AWA, the NWA in Georgia, where he developed the 5-count thing. That was pretty cool, wasn't it? You know, I quite like that when he went to pin people and insisted on 5 instead of 3.
All right, yeah.
Mid-South, Memphis. He tagged with Rick Rude and Jim Neidhart in Memphis against Lawler, so that's a fucking big spot as well. And then 85 to 88 in the WWF, where he was sort of in title pursuit. 86 kind of time, managed by Bobby Heenan. Originally, it was managed by Jimmy Hart, and then Bobby Heenan later on. Won against SD Jones, 9 seconds. Cage match main event at WrestleMania 2. He was at the first Survivor Series, weren't he, in the main event team? And then the midgets fucking Hillbilly Jim thing at WrestleMania 3. Tagged with John Studd. They were a fucking good-looking big team, weren't they? But I think too big for championship material. Do you know what I mean? Like a lot of people have said, like, why aren't teams like the fucking Twin Towers champions and that? It's hard to get them off a team that's so fucking big, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's another reason why I'm not the biggest fucking Road Warrior fan, because they're too fucking vicious. Like, you need somebody that can be beaten for it to be believable. But that might be me just overthinking it. 88 to 94, semi-retirement, but he did ECW. He tagged with Terry Funk in ECW against Hawk and Sabu. Seems quite an odd combination, doesn't it? He did USWA in 94, and then 94, 95 back in the WWF with Ted DiBiase managing him. Which I really enjoyed that 94, 95 period. I thought it was pretty cool, WWF stuff.
Yeah.
Different faces, people that you hadn't seen before as well, you know, it wasn't the same old shit. Much as they were recycling fucking people like Bundy, and Bam Bam Bigelow and that kind of thing. But, you know, it was the kind of time we were getting the Godwins that we hadn't seen and fucking, you know, Salvatore Sincere and the like. And then 95 to 07, just pottering around the Indies. He had feuds on the Independents with Jimmy Snuka, Tom Brandy, Doink, you know, several established names. But yeah, quite a stretch. 81 to 07 wrestling. You know, that's quite a long period of time, isn't it?
It is a long time, isn't it?
Right, where did you start, mate?
Well, my first match is one you mentioned earlier. It's Fritz's retirement match.
Oh, go on.
Yeah. So that's from 82.
Did he have it?
Eh? Yeah, yeah.
Was that outside?
No, I don't think so. It was weird actually, because the camera, like the way it was shot, was really like close up. Like I'm sure it was inside, but it could have been outside because the camera was so close to the ring. You didn't really see anything apart from the actual ring. You could only see the crowd a little bit, but yeah, it was. I was going to say actually,
I remember seeing him once on a match with Fritz. It might have been another time that, but it was from I think it was Texas Stadium, like an outdoor sort of where they have the David Von Erich Memorial shows, that outdoor sort of baseball stadium or football stadium or whatever it was. And it was Bundy against Fritz, but it was like hair versus hair thing. And Bundy had like a fucking head of hair, and they shaved his head then, and it sort of stuck ever since.
All right. So is this before your first one then? Yeah.
Yeah, all mine are actually from the same year.
Oh. All right then. So here. Right, yeah. So this was a good match though. I enjoyed this. This was it was a no DQ Falls Count Anywhere match as well.
Right.
And it was for the title. Like even though it was
title.
Yeah. Was it? Yeah, it was. Yeah, Bundy. So Bundy must have won the title right early then. If this was 82.
Yeah. What title would it have been? Texas title or something?
I think so, yeah. I think they just called it like the world or whatever. Like,
right.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, because they fucking split from the NWA, didn't they? World Class. And they had NWA America's Champion was their, like, regional title. And then when they split from the NWA, they made their America's Champion, their world champion. But that was Rick Rude. So that would have been fucking after this, I'd have thought. Whatever title it was. Fuck knows.
Fuck knows, it was about it anyway.
World Class's first world champion.
You are?
Rick Rude was World Class's first world champion.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Right. Okay, yeah. So literally Bundy jumps him at the start as he's taking Fritz is taking off his t-shirt. Bundy jumps him there. Bundy's all over him in the corner. fucking straight away within the first few seconds, as Bundy's beating the fuck out of him in the corner, he applies the fucking claw on Bundy. Like, you know, the old fucking Von Erich claw. And the crowd, fuck me, they obviously know like what the claw's all about. And as soon as he applies it, it's like fucking England winning the World Cup or some shit. It was fucking like erupting fucking first few like minute of the match. And then after that, they fucking Bundy breaks loose from the claw, and Bundy's back in control, hits the knee drop for the 2 count. And then as he's fucking him up on the floor, Fritz applies the claw again, but like on the midsection rather than the actual, like the noggin. The crowd, like I say, are going, every time he applies it, they're going fucking crazy. It gets broken up there, and they go back and forth a little bit. It's real physical, like Bundy, like a year in and stuff. But Bundy looks so fucking, his forearms to the back. Oof, I don't be taking anything out. Fucking out, don't be taking them fucking out. They look right fucking neat.
So as well, when everything was fucking leady there, right?
Yeah. He goes for the claw again, but Bundy blocks it. Bundy Bundy gets thrown to the outside. It's kind of made me laugh. Bundy's like, because it's a no DQ, falls count anywhere. So Fritz like throws Bundy to the outside, and then just like waits in the ring for him. Like, I thought he was going to go after him, and they're going to fucking be brawling around, you know, being a fucking falls count anywhere match. But he throws Bundy to the outside, and then Fritz is like, "Nah, I'll just stay here now." So fucking Fritz is like in the ring. But then it made me laugh a bit because Bundy gets in, then Fritz throws him out the other side, and then he jumps out after him. So it's like, but yeah, then he jumps out after him. Fucking throws Bundy into the post a couple of times. Looks right fucking vicious, that does. They get back in. Then he applies the claw one more time. Hang on. Fucking lost my bit here. Hang on a minute. Bear with me while I find where I get my bearings. Hang on. To the end. Oh yeah, so they end up. I'll get there in a minute. I think I've wrote on the fucking wrong page. That's what's confusing me. Yeah, so they end up outside again anyway. And then he applies the claw on the outside. Bundy breaks it up. Yeah, it's all fucking happening outside. They're just beating the fuck out of each other. Bundy finally has a chair. Goes to fucking nail Fritz, but Fritz kicks him, like he drops the chair. Then Fritz grabs the chair, nails Bundy a couple of times, and then Bundy's fucking KO'd on the outside, and he pins him outside. 1, 2, 3, boom. But it was a really good match. It was fucking brilliant. Like, all like action and just fucking real, like fucking just violent. Like, literally, it looked like they were beating the fuck out of each other. To be honest, there wasn't any.
To be over to the point that really all you've got to do is a claw.
Yeah,
pretty fucking good, isn't it?
Because they worked it quite a lot. There was like 3 or 4 different times. I think he applied it maybe 3 times. He went for it like 4 or whatever. But the crowd are fucking, they know what it is, and they were like right behind it from the start. Yeah. But yeah, he won the belt in his retirement match. Then I'm
right. Okay. Well, why not?
Yeah, why not?
Right. So I could have gone down any fucking route I fancied here, right, with King Kong Bundy. There's shitloads of King Kong Bundy matches on the YouTube, isn't there?
Yeah, there is, yeah.
Like, World Class and Memphis and fucking there's matches of his from Georgia and WWF and fucking literally everywhere. But I've chosen to go 1998 on independent shows.
All right.
All my matches are from the same year from independent show, like 4 different independent shows. But they're all against established people.
Right. Okay.
So the first one was from somewhere in New Jersey for the World Wrestling Coalition, January the 31st, 1998, versus Tito Santana.
Okay.
It's all right. It's very it's odd to see. There's a promo at the start from Bundy where he's just like dissing the crowd and shit, and he says, "Fucking, it's brilliant." He says to the ring announcer man, he says, "That's a nice suit. Does it come in man sizes?" It's fucking brilliant. It's like a red hot crowd, really fucking loud and like proper into it, and arms were waving and all sorts. You know what I mean? Tito comes out then, and they boo him.
Yeah.
Which I thought was really fucking odd, because when have you ever seen Tito get booed? Ever? But he's in the ring, they announce his name, and he's fucking Harry Bar, and they're booing him. And then they announced a special guest referee, which is a lad called Kid USA. In comes Kid USA, and Bundy's going apeshit at this Kid USA. Kid USA's over, like fucking babyface over. But there's clearly like an ongoing story of there's some sort of feud between Bundy and Kid USA or whatever the fuck, right? He's fucking arguing with Kid USA. The ref and Bundy are having a fucking argy-bargy. Ding ding, match starts. Waistlock go behind from Tito. Bundy easily breaks it. Fucking crowd pops. Really odd. Tito. Bundy then sort of pushes Tito to the corner, swings. Tito goes under. Fucking Bundy hits the turnbuckle like, and then Tito fucking unloads on Bundy. He's doing all the babyface shit. Tito is like not missing a trick. Tito works on Bundy's arm. Bundy just punches him to release it. And there's Bundy chants. They're going, Bundy, Bundy, Bundy. What the fucking hell's going on here? Bundy against Tito, and they're booing fucking Tito. What the fuck's going on in the world? Bundy is being like super heel, and he just can't get fucking heat, like villain heat. It's not happening. Like, he's doing all the villain tricks. Tito reverses a whip, then misses a splash in the corner to Tito. And then Bundy's back on the heat. That isn't heat because it's a shine, really. There's a whip. Tito ducks a line and then catches an elbow. Boom. Bundy does the splash, and in my head, that's it, right? Game over, innit? Bundy splash, that's it. No, just the two. Chin lock then. Bundy chants are still going on. Bundy's doing a chin lock, and he's getting chanted, Bundy, Bundy, Bundy. Tito then fires out, bish, bash, bosh. It's the ropes, but he's met with a line. Then there's more heel stuff from Bundy. That's heel stuff from Bundy, the Bundy heel, not the one that's getting cheered in this match. Then Bundy charges, misses the fucking corner splash. Tito hits him with that forearm finish of Tito's, which I think is fucking brilliant. It's a great looking thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Gets the two out of it. Tito goes for a splash, but he ends up hitting Bundy's knees. Tito rolls out the ring then. And now, eventually, after all this, we're fucking 10 minutes into the match now. And finally, they're booing Tito. The people there watching have worked out how this fucking game works.
Booing Bundy.
They're booing Bundy now, sorry.
Yeah.
They've finally got the hang of it. Anyway, Tito's on the apron. He fucking does one in the derby, and then the sunset flip over Bundy. Gets two out of that. Bundy gets pissed off with the ref and just fucking nails him and gets DQ'd. But there's an ongoing story, clearly, with this Kid USA referee. So the finish would have made sense if you know the full story, I guess. It probably would have led to either a tag or a match with fucking Bundy along the way, wouldn't it? But it was a good match. If you watched it with the sound down and added your own fucking cheering, it would have made total sense. It was like you were watching. If you watch that match, it's like the fucking sound effects of another match were added to it, because like they shouldn't have been booing. The people watching just got it all wrong.
Like when you're watching snooker and they're all clapping for another fucking game that's on another table somewhere. Yeah.
Right. Exactly that.
Yeah.
It just wasn't right. Tito shouldn't be booed. He was doing everything right. Neither of them were doing anything wrong. Bundy was being the villain. Tito was being the babyface. They were wrestling a perfectly formed match. The crowd got it wrong. Their fault. What's next?
All right, my next one is from the Philly Spectrum, March 1985,
Right.
against Swede Hansen.
Oh, I did see that one on the list of YouTubes.
Yeah, it was all right. This
I have considered it because I haven't seen a lot of Sweet Hansen.
yeah, I haven't either. It's a funny one, this, because like,
I thought he was a villain.
who, Swede Hansen?
Yeah,
Yeah, he looks like a villain.
he should be. Shouldn't he?
Definitely should be. I wouldn't cheer for him.
No. Well,
No.
they wouldn't cheer for fucking Tito in New Jersey. So.
This match was fucking. It was all right. It felt like it felt like they were. You go through like the feeling out process in a match, don't you? At the start, you're trying to fucking see what's going on, but their fucking feeling out process seemed to last like 90% of the match. It was like it never really got going until literally like the ending. And I've even wrote in it. I've put it's very slow. It's like watching Greg Valentine in slow motion. That's how, you know what I mean? Like slow. So so apparently it's Bundy's first time in Philly as well. They're saying his Philadelphia debut. But so when I run through it, you'll think fucking hell, yeah, it is slow because of everything they're doing. So basically, the tie up, clean break by Bundy on the ropes, tie up again, waist lock by Bundy, and then Swede Hansen like backs up. Backs Bundy up to the ropes, so like a clean break again. Then they tie up again, wrist lock by Hansen this time. Hansen working on the arm a little bit. Bundy reverses it. He's on the arm. Hansen pushes. Yeah, so Hansen's. Yeah, Bundy reverses it. Bundy's like working on the arm. Hansen pushes Bundy to the ropes. Clean break again. Where are we going now? Oh, there's another tie up here. Bundy's gets him into the corner. Bundy looks like he's going to give him a clean break, but Bundy gives him a cheap shot in the corner. I'm thinking, all right, we're going in now. Here's the heat. Now, no heat, just like, separation situation until they tie up again. Hansen gets Bundy to the corner, gives him a cheap shot on the chest, clonk. I thought, oh, maybe a bit of a shine now. Nah, just separation again. They tie up again. Hey, up, we got a headlock now. Bundy puts him in the head. He's we're progressing now. Fucking Bundy's working on it. He's working on the ear, and then so as Bundy, you'll like this bit. As Bundy's got him in the headlock, we're gonna see a fucking spot now. Fucking Hansen like pushes him to the ropes. Clean break. You couldn't make it up, I tell you. Clean break. They go to tie up again, but before they tie up, Hansen puts Bundy in the headlock. He's working the head now. Hey up, Bundy shoots him off. He's running now. Fucking Bundy shoots Hansen off. Yeah, tackle, but no one budges. Hansen, he nails Bundy. Pop. Fucking Bundy nails him back. Pop. We got some action going now. Bundy's in control momentarily. Little fight back. Bundy switches the whip in the corner. Avalanche. Knee drop. 1, 2, 3. There we go on.
Wow.
So
we know what we're doing next time round.
Fuck me. The thing is though, you could have had you could have a fucking half an hour match and that would have took up the first 10 minutes and just been the start of the match. You know what I mean? It was literally like, I thought there was going to be so much more. It was quite like I didn't mind it. It was just a bit back and forth, and it wasn't like very stop start. There wasn't anything like the sequence and the fucking flow of the match came in the last fucking 20 seconds, and that was it, literally. But it was quite. I just kept expecting something to happen, and then like nothing
It just,
happened every time. There must have been about fucking 8 clean breaks in the fucking thing, but.
I mean, yeah, you like this one? Clean break.
Oh, fuck yeah. Fucking hell. There we go.
25th of April, still 1998, Washington, Connecticut. Not sure what promotion. Versus Doink the Clown. Not sure which one, but he was very good. It's hard to tell who's who in it when you're a Doink, I suppose. But he was really good. Another good crowd, like busy, loud. They announced Bundy twice, and he didn't come the first time. He must have been having a shit or something.
I've been there.
But he looks. This one is only 4 months. Sorry, 3 months, 4 months after the first one. But Bundy looks like 8 times the size. He must have been fucking eating pies between January and April because he's fucking enormous in this one. I don't know if it's just the camera angle or, was the fucking ropes lower or what, but he was fucking enormous. There's a manager with him, Mercedes or some name like that. I didn't quite catch the name. He's with him. Doink comes out then and squirts the fucking manager with his flour. That was funny. I popped for that. Bundy promo exactly the same as the last one, about the MC suit. Ding ding, away we go. Doink keeps getting out of the way and sort of rolling out the way of Bundy. Little man, big man things. Pretty good. Doink then pokes fucking Bundy in the eyeballs. Bosh. The manager's going apeshit. Doink offers the test of strength and he keeps swapping the hands. Bundy gets pissed off and just fucking clocks him. Really early in the match, literally that's all that's happened so far, but the manager's on the apron, holds Doink, and then Bundy runs into the manager. And I thought, fuck me, this is an early finish. It's like, it says like 12 minutes on the YouTube. So, but then there's a lot of bullshit at the start. So I thought, well, maybe that is it, like, because it's fucking independent wrestling. Bundy ain't going to want to do a lot. But no, that was it. He knocks the manager off. That wasn't it. There was more to the match. I thought it was just an odd place to do it. The manager's just going ape shit. And then they lock up, and then fucking Bundy eyeballs him, buckles Doink, and then gets a load of heat on him. The manager gets involved now. He's clearly brushed off the fact that he's just been knocked off the ring by a 500-pound man. There's a massive posting, and Doink comes out to take the clothesline, which I noticed in the next 3 Bundy matches, which I think, like a lot of times they'll take the posting and bump, or take the posting and get splashed or whatever. This is a really small thing, but I think it's really cool. Like being like the smaller opponent hits the buckle and then flies out because of the force he's been hit, I suppose, and then gets met with a line from Bundy. Yeah. Which is brilliant because Bundy doesn't have to move, and Bundy shouldn't move because he looks stronger the more he doesn't move. Do you know what I mean? I know it's a tiny thing, but I think it's really cool. Bundy then fucking proper stands on Doink, like stands on his chest. Fucking elbows him, takes his head off. Bundy's all over the crowd, proper fucking mouthing at him, calls some dude buttface, which I thought was funny. He throws Doink out, and the manager just watches, fuck knows why. He keeps walking round him, but he's not actually doing anything. Bundy's doing his best to keep the referee with him, but the manager just keeps walking round him.
Oh, fucking! I've been in that position before as well, when fucking been in tags or something. I'm taking the fucking guy, the referee away, and I'm like, "What are you fucking? What are you doing there?" Just
yeah. Bundy must have been thinking, "Go on, dickhead, do something."
Turn around, dickhead.
Yeah. Bundy knocks Doink off the apron, easy getting back in. Doink then with a shoulder tackle on the apron. There's a pin attempt and a shitload of fire from Doink now. Doink kick in, reverses the whip. Bundy charges but misses, and it's the corner. Bundy tries to slam. That's not Bundy, sorry. Doink tries to slam. Why you would try and slam fucking King Kong Bundy, but you are a clown, so, picks him up, falls backwards, gets pinned. Pretty good match, to be fair. Very enjoyable. I don't know who the Doink is, but he was very good. I think it might be that Phil Apollo. Or Ray Apollo, isn't it?
Ray Apollo, yeah.
That's my my early thought was it was him. Yeah, but good and no, really good. Boom. I do like seeing independent wrestling when they've got old names on.
Yeah. Right. My next one is from 1995. I don't know the date. It's from Superstars and it's against Lex Luger.
Beautiful.
It's got foreign. It's got you are
a clash of styles.
Oh, it's got foreign commentary. I don't know if it's Spanish or Portuguese or something, but it's not fucking English. I know that much. But anyway, yeah. So right at the start, Luger starts popping him, boom, boom, lighting him up. Fucking Bundy switches the whip, catches Luger's crossbody, gives him a backbreaker right in the first few seconds. Bam, misses an elbow. Luger hits a few clotheslines on him. Bundy bumps the last one, then rolls out. He's like, fuck that. Fucking Bundy gets back in. Luger blocks the head in the buckle, goes for the slam. Same spot that you were on about just then with the finish, but this weren't the finish. Goes for the slam. Bundy lands on him. Bundy puts the chin lock on. And then... Oh, yeah. That was basically that was basically the cut off there, the slam thing. Puts the chin lock on. And the heat basically starts from that point on. He'll choke him with his boot in the corner, choking him on the ropes, just general heat by Bundy. Does the knee drop, gets the 2 count, goes back to the chin lock. As he's got the chin lock on the second time, Paul Bearer comes down, who's obviously like Taker's manager. This would have been round about, it was like the year after the SummerSlam match. Undertaker, because like DiBiase's out there with fucking Bundy, so he's got like some beef with DiBiase, and DiBiase nicks the urn, and Paul Bearer's having a fucking like proper panic attack. So it's all the attention's on Paul Bearer and DiBiase at this point. Then they go back into the ring. Luger fights back. Runs into a back elbow by Bundy, which looked pretty fucking meaty. And then, during the match, Luger now hits the slam on Bundy, but it fucking didn't look good at all, to be fair. It was like literally like he could have done a drop toe hold. It would have looked as vicious, to be fair. Then Tatanka comes in and attacks Lex Luger, because obviously they got beef. Tatanka's the heel part of fucking $1 Million Man's crew, and it's a DQ finish. Then Bulldog makes a save, helping out Luger. But the actual match itself, I thought, was pretty enjoyable, to be fair. I can't really. I would have liked a cleaner finish, but I mean, it was Superstars, weren't it? And
yeah, I suppose it made sense, really, in the grand scheme.
You don't really know who's gonna. You can't really put anyone in them over, could you? In that situation, like. So, no, but the match itself, I thought it was very enjoyable, to be fair. So, yeah, there we go on.
Next, I'm at New Dimension Wrestling, which is where I couldn't tell you, I didn't say. But it was September the 15th, 1995. King Kong Bundy versus Buddy Landau. Now, I love Buddy Landau.
What year was this?
98.
All right, no, yeah. That was the confusion. No, that's fine. Yeah. Carry on.
Sorry. I love me some Buddy Landau. And I've rarely seen him in bad matches. But this was one of them. This wasn't his day. they announced Bundy first. It's like from a kind of baseball stadium kind of setup because they've got like a dugout thing that they come out from and it's outdoors.
Right.
And everyone's kind of like behind this mesh fucking fence watching. So Bundy comes out first with his manager, Chris Cruz, that did WCW commentary not long around this period, a bit after. So Bundy is the challenger and Buddy Landau is the champion. They're announcing Buddy Landau's name, but you can see him just kind of leaning on the wall just because he's thinking, well, punters aren't going to see me because they're behind me. But he's just kind of like leaning, like not giving a fuck. And then they announce his name and off he trots. So Bundy jumps him as soon as he's in the ring. Fucking Bosch. He jumps Landau. Posting, out he comes, line. Buddy Landau fucking gets elbowed. Babyface Buddy Landau, bear in mind. He gets thrown out of the ring then, Landau does. Landau's had fuck all, nothing yet. There's like a brawl outside the ring, but it's all Bundy, you know what I mean? He gets fucking thrown into the wall. Landau does. Stomped and choked to fuck. It's all been fucking King Kong Bundy. As Bundy gets back in the ring, Buddy Landau fires up with like 3 blows, and then Bundy just fucking pops him once. Goes out. Chris Cruz, the manager, passes him a fucking water gun, and he squirts Landau with it. Landau is selling it like he's been fucking shot for real. Then there's a posting. Landau was in the corner. Fucking Bundy charges. Landau moves. Bundy hits the corner. He gets rolled up. Buddy Landau wins. He's had 3 punches and he misses the fucking cornball, the splash. And then he wins. Buddy Landau, still the champion of NDW. The time of the match was announced at 3 minutes and 48. You imagine this New Dimension Wrestling, how much they would have paid for King Kong Bundy and Buddy Landau for an independent show that there was probably fucking 80 people there watching tops.
Yeah.
And they got 3 minutes and 48 seconds out of it. I'd be fucking tamping, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I love Buddy Landau, but today weren't his day. Need more effort, Buddy, in that one. If I was marked, if that was handed in to me as homework, it would be needing more effort, Buddy.
A D for effort.
Yeah.
Right. My last one is USWF Legend Show 2006.
Is it Jim Duggan?
Huh?
Is it Jim Duggan?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, I watched this a couple of weeks ago. I haven't done it today, but I watched it I found the whole show.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, because 2 of my mates that I wrestled in, well, I say mates, fucking just 2 people I wrestled in Kentucky that I still speak to today, like now on Facebook, Mr. Black and Vito Andretti. They were called Fat and Furious tag team, and we wrestled them in Kentucky, me and Mad Dog. And they were on the match before this one. With
all right.
Youngbloods they were on with.
All right, okay. Yeah, so this is from Somerset, Kentucky, huh? It says on it as well, like I read in the description, like one of the comments said that it was like Bundy's last match, but you said he worked to 2007, didn't you?
07, yeah. I never believe it when they say last match on Wikipedia because I don't think anyone actually has a last match.
No, well, it says it's Bundy's, but
they have a last match until the fucking phone rings and they have to go. So they go somewhere else, don't they?
Yeah, I think wrestling's the only sport in the world where you never retire. Like as long as you're capable, as long as you can walk, you're not retired. That's just how it is.
And even then, people like Arn Anderson that can't really for fucking serious health issues, but they're still heavily involved. You never
Yeah.
just totally disappeared here, or rarely.
Yeah, it is a rare one. It's a rare one, isn't it? Yeah, for this one, I enjoyed this one actually. This was quite a slow thing as well, wasn't it? This was quite a slow match. Wasn't really expecting a fucking,
It's understandable.
yeah, with who's in it, know. So yeah, there's quite a few in here actually. It's just because it's a big like a big venue, so it looks quite empty. But I mean,
that was an outdoor one as well, wasn't it?
there's what?
An outdoor one as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
I think where it was filmed from, you could pretty much just see a field and a few people. The bulk would have been behind in the, bleacher type seating.
yeah. So yeah, there's USA chants and they're fucking some loud USA chants. Crowd are fucking loving it. To be fair, quite loud before they even do anything. And so they tie up, get to the corner, clean break by old Duggan. Tie up again, push off by Bundy. Fucking tie up again, push off. I've wrote that twice. I don't know if there was two push offs, so I'm just cracking up. But anyway, yeah, they tie up. Push off by Bundy, yeah. Duggan runs at him, starts nailing him, boom, boom, boom. But then they go into like a neutral situation where they like standing off again. Tie up, eye rake by Bundy. Then they go into a bear hug by Bundy that fucking lasts forever. It's kind of funny. This made me laugh a bit because like Bundy's got the bear hug on. I don't know if you can remember this, but like you said you watched it a couple of weeks back, didn't you, or something? Yeah. So there's a bear hug by Bundy, and like I think Duggan like doesn't want to be in it for all that long, but Bundy's like, nah, we'll keep it on for a little while longer yet, because usually when someone gives you the old bell ring around the fucking head, that's the signal to release the bear hug. Bundy weren't having that, and then he bites him on the head. Nah, Bundy's like, nah, we'll still stick in it for a little while longer yet. So I'm thinking like he's got it on for ages, but the crowd are fucking enjoying it and stuff. And it's just kind of funny seeing it because I'm thinking Bundy's like got different ideas to what Duggan has, but it's clearly that they're just working. They ain't got a clue what they want to do. Like, they're just kind of fucking going with the flow kind of thing, which is quite good to be fair. They do the old arm drops and it drops twice. Duggan keeps fighting back. I've put Bundy's not having it. Finally hits him with a fucking headbutt. Then he releases it. Duggan hits the ropes, runs into a clothesline by Bundy. Duggan's down. Chin lock and then a choke. Back to the chin lock by Bundy. Arm drops twice. Duggan fights back and then goes into the corner and ends up nailing him with the 10 punches in the corner. Boom, boom, boom. Fucking Bundy switches the whip into the opposite corner. Runs in, misses a splash. Schoolboy by Duggan. 1, 2, 3. Boom. But yeah, that was it. It was very simple and there wasn't a lot to it, but I actually enjoyed it. I like it. I like matches like that where, it's easy to digest everything that's going on. But yeah, that was the fourth and final match, to be fair. But it was all right, I thought. Just, it was quite funny watching it. Right.
My last one didn't have a date on it, to be fair. But it's Bundy as a babyface versus Nikolai Volkov. Personally, I'd have put Volkov as the babyface because he's got American flags on his tights now, isn't he?
Oh, so you don't know what year this was?
Yeah, 98, but what date I couldn't tell you. That's why I just.
98. All right, okay, yeah.
Because it would have just been, at some point that year. Bundy as the babyface, Nikolai the villain. But I still Bundy didn't have a big time thing as a babyface, did he ever? Like he was
No.
never seen on TV as a babyface, whereas Nikolai was.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason I'd have put him on as a babyface. But I don't make the rules. Apparently, there is a ringside enforcer, Bruno Sammartino, but I'm fucked if I could see him. The camera didn't once show he was there.
No.
I think players were just kayfabing it.
I reckon.
But yeah, he's outside the ring, doesn't get involved in the finish. Camera don't look at him. Fuck all.
Probably no show, didn't they?
Probably. There's a Russian manager with Nikolai, who was the same dude that managed them that managed Nikolai and Iron Sheik at the Heroes of Wrestling. That same dude in the fucking almost looked like a fucking Nazi. Bundy comes out, USA, USA chants to go on in. Lock up. Bundy straight to the eyes and attacks Nikolai. This is the babyface Bundy. Post charge misses. Nikolai then takes over with the fucking boom booms. This is fucking fast shit. Considering it's Nikolai Volkov and King Kong Bundy, they're fucking going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This was the last match I expected to be fucking as speedy as this. You know what I mean? But the fucking kicks were raining in from Nikolai. He weren't fucking about. Excuse me. Nikolai chokes Bundy on the ropes. Manager gets involved and fucking rakes Bundy's eyes. There's literally nothing to this match. It's all been dragged out like over time, and the Russian national anthem and all that bollocks at the start. Explaining Bruno was there fucking took 4 days. Nikolai holds Bundy. Manager comes up, fucking swings his cane. It's Nikolai, pin, home. But there was nothing to it. Literally, that was everything that I explained to you that was happened. But it was primarily kids in the crowd, and they were fucking bumming it. You know, Bundy got out of the ring at the end, and they were fucking round him like he was some sort of god. You know what I mean? Like, so people that say that they don't get their money's worth out of these people clearly got it wrong. You know, that they fucking would have with this because they loved it. They didn't with Buddy Landell in the last match, 3 minutes 48. But this match had less in it, but, you know, it was 12 minutes. But all in all, I really enjoyed Bundy from 1998.
I think I kind of enjoyed all of mine, to be fair. There weren't nothing I didn't enjoy. I don't know what, maybe the last one with Duggan was my favourite, but I really enjoyed the Fritz one as well, to be fair. But they're all like, can't really knock any of them, really. The Swede one was a bit odd, but you know.
The joint one was my favourite. And I have to say that the Buddy was the worst one, purely for the fact that he didn't do fuck all. But, you know, and it was 3 minutes and 48. But, you know, good shit. Maple Leaf, your pick for Wednesday. Tag Team Battle Royals Friday. Who you got for next Monday, singles?
Oh, we're not mentioned this one yet, no?
I don't think so.
I don't think we have. Well, I gave it a little funk to see, you know, tried to mix it up a little bit and try to go someone that's, you know, not an Eddie Sharkey guy. So you are,
and you run out of ideas. So
yeah. Anyway, I thought I'll do someone who I like, but who I've not. I mean, I've seen a lot of. I never really mention him as one of my, like, you know, one of the guys that, you know, one of my favorites as such, but very, very fucking capable. I'm going with Paul Orndorff.
It's a fine choice. And lots to choose from.
A hell of a lot to choose from.
He's been around a long while and been fucking everywhere, isn't he? You know, the NWAs, the Mid-Souths, and the WWF and WCW later on. He's one of them that's tagged with a lot of peeps as well, isn't he?
Yeah, he has.
I think he prolonged Paul Roma in the WCW. You know what I mean? Because I can't see him of going anywhere, you know, doing anything without him by his side. But yeah, it's a good choice. That's next Monday. Maple Leaf Garden Wednesday. See you then.